So Pavle, in our previous video, we were discussing 4 types of different buyer persona. So how do we approach them individually?
Yeah, so that's the whole reason why you have different, I would say, archetypes of buyer personas and buyers in general, is that you're kind of modulating or changing your approach to them, and then because you are pinging different kind of important points for each and every one of them. So if you're speaking about the analytical person, so introvert who's very logical, basically what we need to kind of do is, stick to the facts, be very honest and transparent about it, even with the things that are not working. But be completely honest, because they will appreciate that you are open with them, and then you are not pushing them out of their comfort zone to go out and ask too many questions, because it's not in their nature, but they are searching for specific facts. And also don't be pushy with them, because they're introverts. They don't appreciate you intruding their personal space or conceptual space for that matter. So don't be pushy with them, be kind of patient, let them to kind of dictate the tempo and the speed of that. Don't be too aggressive, but it's also not good to kind of be too kind of defensive yourself. So you need to kind of give them hooks upon which they can kind of connect them and grab. So and if you're speaking about the amiable person, so the sunflower of buyer types, they're very kind of I would say focused on the feeling, on the vibe of it. So what you need to do, your primarily task as a seller, as a other side, is to make them feel comfortable. So you would also be speaking from the perspective of not so hard facts, but from the perspective of the vibe and the feeling and the energy of that. If you're using a certain product or a software, what can you're in your storytelling, you're evocating a certain feeling they have in a certain situation, and how your product or service is going to help them to achieve that. And then if we are moving more towards the extroverts, so the expressive type, basically you need to be engaging. So because they are very kind of open, they're sharing, but so you need to kind of follow their dynamics, but also be engaging in the sense of giving them ideas, giving them concepts to think about, and also asking them questions, a lot of questions, but avoid confusing them with questions. I would say, if I would kind of put it in a stereotype, those are the open artsy type. So if you're selling them, let's say, a software as a service or a specific product, they have their unique way of approaching things. So what you don't want to do is that you kind of confuse them with super specific questions, but are kind of giving them the open-end conversations and kind of more fluent in that way, and then they get the vibe from you that you are also appreciating their own kind of, I would say, persona, approach, dynamics, and whatnot. And then we have the 4th type, which is, I would say, it can come as most hard to handle for some people. It's the driver type, and it especially if you're a seller who has a strong personality, you need to be careful of not stepping on each other's toes in the conversation. So those people they're the boss in the conversation. So they are driving it. They are, they know everything, and they know what they need in that sense. So what you need to kind of do is you're kind of driving in a back seat there with them. So you're kind of giving them the information and very subtly asking them sub questions. And then again, the vibe you want to achieve with them is that they themselves got to understanding and saying aha moment, okay, that's when I'm gonna buy this because I understand that, rather than saying this is good for you. So you don't tell them this is good for you, because they will be super pissed at the end of the day.
Got it.
So yeah, those are kind of the ways and the means of approaching those different archetypes of personas.
Perfect. Very well said, and thanks for sharing this very cool tips and tricks on understanding the archetypes of buyer personas. Good stuff.